Work hard and play hard, and you will succeed. It's I. Hard work pays off in the long run, and if you work hard, you can get the job done. Overcome and achieve in the long run. Wait till you next up, you to overcome. I'm on the beach in my memory, cool life living like it's a blessed to be. To see how many friends I grown and had surrounding me. That's cause I'm doing something not, and I'm glad to be living the rich life.
Hey everyone, this is Kendal Murray. I'm at the Paso Theater. Recently, I was able to attend the Paso Film Festival. I got to see this great movie. It starred Aidan Turner and also Sam Elliott. Today, we'll hear some words from him.
Mr. Sam Elliott. Before we get going, we'd like to give you our Plaza Classic Award. This is for lifetime achievement. I don't think there's any argument.
This was unexpected. I heard that this was going to happen about 20 minutes ago. And, I've gotten a couple of these over the last few years, and I guess that's what happens when you win the war of attrition and you live on. But I've never received anything that meant more to me than this because of where I am right now. The most common thing I've heard in the last 2 days I've been here is welcome to Paso. I'm glad to be back. I can't bore you with any more thing in history at the moment, but maybe I'll realize a little later. But thank you. And a few other places, I'm sure. I always have a plan when I interview guests on this stage, but I have to say, walking out here and seeing this great turnout, and knowing that you have such deep roots here in El Paso with your family, your mother was from here, Bob, you spent 5 months here finishing this film, moved from your home in Massachusetts, your wife was here, she missed you, I'm sure. What does it feel like to have this project come full circle and be back here in El Paso for its U.S. premiere?
It just feels great. It was a great time working here, and got to work with some of my best friends on this movie. And I know what it meant to Sam to come here, and we got talking about it just a couple weeks ago, and it just was what we had to do. And so it's a wonderful thing. I wouldn't have guessed it 6 months ago, but here we are.
Amazing. So, Sam, you, someday in the past, a package arrives, and it's a script, and it's got this crazy title, The Man Who Killed Hitler and Then the Bigfoot, and you start flipping through that, I imagine. At what point did you think, wow, there's something here that I'm responding to, and I could see myself in this film?
Well, again, it was a totally preposterous title.
That never changed either.
So I was intrigued immediately because of that. I'm not sure which page it came to me, but what struck me right off the top was that it was a story about real people. as fantastic as it was, you know, I mean, the man who killed Hitler, it's like, if you talk to Quentin Tarantino, he'll tell you that Hitler died in a movie theater. And then Glorious Bastards, but the thing that struck me about it was, you know, the character, you know, as we've talked this afternoon, the thing that gets me to do a project is what comes off the page. You know, this young man sitting next to me had sent a letter that accompanied the script, and there was another letter from an independent film director named John Sayles, who couldn't be more respected in the business. And between those two letters and what Robert had written on the page, I just knew that there was something that I wanted to be involved in. I think all actors are, you know, maybe not all, but I think most actors always look to what the words are. You know, whether you can raise some kind of laugh into them, whether you can believe it, but, you know, I've always felt if I can believe what it is I'm doing, then odds are the audience might buy into it in some way.
Yeah, you were telling me earlier too that you saw a bit of your father in this title, the title character named Calvin Barr, the character you play, the man. What was it about your father that this recalled?
My dad was born and raised here in El Paso. There are a number of generations, I'm not sure about on my dad's side, but there are several generations on my mother's side that were Texans. My dad worked in the Fish and Wildlife Service for the Department of Interior, and when he started out, he was working out in Martha, Texas, in the predatory rodent control business, laying waste to coyotes and lions and wolves, and hating the forerunners to the environmental movement. I remember when a book by this Silent Spring came out, Carson McCullers, I remember my dad just shaking his head at that whole thing. Anyway, these guys were all men's men, as you might expect, in doing that for a living, but they were also very respectful men around women. And, you know, I had kind of a short-lived life with my dad. I was 18 when he passed away at 54 years old. My mom lived to be a week short of 97. But there was something in Calvin Barr, this character, that certainly reminded me of my dad. And I think maybe it was the honesty that I felt for Barr. And maybe my dad wasn't even an honest man, but that's my perception of him. That's what I want to remember him. Like, I do remember his high regard for women and how he was around women.
You certainly play a very rugged character and a man, not at the end of his life, but a mature man who still has a great physical vitality. Right, ladies? Are there any men out there? Okay, everybody back up a second. Yeah, there was some police here. I think we need them down front. Robert, let's switch over for a moment. Let everybody cool down. Let's switch over to Robert, the writer-director of tonight's film, and your first feature film, and a film that literally you've spent most of your adult life working on this script. I mean, how long ago did you start this process?
2005.
Do the math. 13 years, and you finally get a script into Sam Elliott's hands. But when you were envisioning this character, and we should note that despite the fantastical title, it is really about this man and his life and the burdens that he carries from decisions he's made in the past and regrets and this weight, the sort of inner turmoil of the hero who unromantically doesn't feel a hero. And as you were working on that over all of those years and building that character more and more, were you picturing Sam Elliott?
The description in the script back in 2005, I didn't picture Sam, but I must have been accidentally writing it for him. He was tall, lean, had a big mustache. Good man, he was a decent man. And he kind of looked at my mind like a Norman Rockwell caricature, and I always felt that Sam has that very American,
an iconic American male
sensibility.
Right here. So 13 years ago, Sam would have been too young to play this part. You were waiting for him to age into it. What's interesting about that, though, that you didn't specifically have this image of Sam particularly, but this afternoon, a few years ago, Bob had told me about this crazy story, and I was thinking, how are you going to reconcile these worlds, a world that has Hitler and a guy who also kills the Bigfoot? And he said, well, let me send you the script. And you sent the storyboards with it. I went by my office today, and I pulled out the storyboards, and literally on the first page, first storyboard, second storyboard, there's a close-up of the man looking straight into the camera. You'll see that same shot right at the beginning of the film. And it looks so much like Sam Elliott. And you drew those storyboards, right? So somewhere deep down inside, this archetypal American male who is Sam Elliott was floating around in there and comes to choice. I can appreciate his manliness. But seriously, Sam, this film certainly traffics in a lot of the archetypal imagery that has attached itself to your career. You've played a lot of rugged, tough characters over the years. You go through a lot, and your character certainly goes through this, but it's really a fascinating film because, not despite its title, but its title, the promise of this title, your mind immediately starts ginning out possibilities. The possibilities of this title are all fulfilled in this film, but the film goes so much further than what you expect. It is so deep and richly layered and delves into this man's life, which is your life in the film. I imagine that when you're reading it, you think, okay, this is not the typical action film where I'm riding a horse or I'm riding a motorcycle or I'm fighting bad guys. I'm actually getting to consider a life, a full life, and the pluses and minuses and the paths not taken and the paths taken and how that's affected you.
Yeah, we're going to talk about this thing so much we're not going to even have to show the film.
That's Sam!
Sam and I both know what he's saying.
It's a very deep character. It's an actor's dream to have a character that has a lot of dimension. And I think Calvin Barr certainly had a lot of dimension. And it was a joy. It was a gift. I always look at these kind of parts as a real gift. And I have no explanation as to why they still come my way at this point in my career. But I'm very fortunate I know that.
And Robert, as you spent so many years crafting this film and it being in your head, and then finally you've got crew, you've got cast, a great cast as you will see, a great ensemble, and you're seeing Sam become this character in the monitor on set. I mean, what was that like, just after so many years, to finally see this character coming to life before your eyes?
Felt a big responsibility to everybody that had come around. And I just wanted to be prepared, and I wanted to be able to communicate with Sam in a way that we both feel like we were doing something that we could be proud of. And I think that Sam's commitment to it and a lot of the conversations that we had, there was a lot of really special things that filtered through the crew, and I think that everybody piece by piece started getting on board with this unique idea of what it would be, and it just very much was the thing that we set out to make. I know that Sam and I talked a lot about how we would pull it off, and then the creative team that's here, how we would pull this off, and I think that we made the thing we set out to make. It's not an action movie, but there's action in it. It's not a love story, but it has a love story in it. It's just, I hope everybody finds something unexpected here.
It has so many elements coming together in this film that normally would sink a film, and to be your first feature film, it's really a credit to all those years and your innate talent, clearly. And we should also mention that as the script got around and the idea of the project, you developed an amazing collaborative team around you that included some real veterans, not just Sam Elliott, but the great special effects supervisor Douglas Trumbull, Richard Gierstich, and the composer Joe Kramer came on board, whose the last film I saw his credit on was Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. Just jumped right in. John Sayles, as Sam mentioned, and our own team here, producer Lucky McKee, who's living here, and you'll see after. Zach Passero, who edited the film, Paso native, Andrew Semitic, who did all of the sound, a one-man show. I think you have the poster designer out here somewhere, wave your hands. And Kelly Roy, the casting director. You're going to meet all of these folks afterwards, and we'll talk a little bit more, but it is time to get to this great film. Thank you both for coming out. Thank you very much.
Cassidy is an attorney, part of a three-part team, family of attorneys. I really enjoy playing Cassidy because she is just like me. She's witty, she's clever, and I really think people will enjoy watching her, especially make faces, because that's what I'm known for, is making faces. Something that I really think people will enjoy about watching the show is the way we all interact as a team is something that's really enjoyable, but it's also really funny because it's very realistic. It's very true to our personalities, and it's something that when you watch it, you're going to be like, I know people like that. I know people like that are really funny. And I really want people to watch the show because I have faith in it as a project, and I think the further it goes, the more people will see it, the more people we get to entertain.
Hi, I'm Kendall. I play Ryan. Now, imagine an attorney practicing law with his mother and his sister. You get the idea, right? So, my character Ryan, very relatable character, because we all have that one friend who makes smart remarks, always funny, comes up with stuff on the fly, and this show is really funny and amazing, and I think you all should check it out. So.
Okay, so Wilhelmina spooky.
Wilhelmina, she talks to ghosts that look like cats.
The fun kind of paranoid.
And I think she's a bit crazy.
Judge Swiper? I would say he's really like our frenemy. Like, I don't really think he likes us very much, but he's definitely really good to have on our team.
Judge Swiper,
Virgil is...
well, he's Cassidy's dad.
but he's a cat. You'll just have to watch the show to figure it out.
Okay, so I am the creator of the series, and I also act in the capacity of showrunner. And interestingly enough, I am one of the main characters. Okay, so this has been a really interesting project. It's been a very fun project. It's been a very fulfilling project. To say it's gone full circle is kind of an understatement. That I don't even know what the term would be. When we started out with this, it was going to be a stage production. I had written it as a play. We were going to perform it in a few venues up and down the West Coast and call it a day. I went to LA, got some actors, because there's lots of those in Los Angeles. And our main character was actually a man, so we've had to switch the story. In the beginning, I did see an end to the story, and as we went on and got to play around with these characters, it seemed like their stories just went on and on and on, and that was how we morphed into having a series. But initially, going back to what I just said, the main character that I play was a man, and this man, very similar to my character, only he talked to his dead wife in the form of her ghost, who came as a person and talked to him. That's what we dealt with, and we had some really great actors for that. We used Los Angeles actor Javon Valentine, and he really brought that character to life. He had some idiosyncrasies that I hadn't even envisioned that really fit that character. And then we had Los Angeles actress Bethany Farabee. And she also did a really great job with these characters. But then one thing led to another, and before I knew it, my troupe of 15 actors and actresses dwindled away, and I was left with 3 of us, and we had a performance date on the stage in Los Angeles. So really quickly, I had to either decide to throw in the towel or figure out how to make this project continue to go. So collectively, the 3 of us that were left decided, okay, we're gonna figure out how to make it go. And that's what we did. So we rewrote the main character into a woman. And one of the things that resonates with me about her character is this woman is a veteran, and that has given her strength in everything else that she does in life. And when she is a little unsure of herself, or she has some anxiety, she goes back to what's familiar, what things that the military taught her. And I think every veteran that watches this, that will resonate with them, even though she's a little quirky, and that's where the fun comes in. So we did rewrite it. So now we have my character is a female who talks to the ghost of her husband in the form of a cat. Okay, so Matt the cat. Matt is actually my cat, and he's a great cat. And the truth is, he wasn't what I had envisioned for the story at all, but being in the right place at the right time kind of made it happen. I needed a ghost, didn't have an actor, and I looked down and he was making faces at me like he just wasn't sure what I was doing. Why didn't I throw in the towel? And I said, oh, you know what? you are the perfect husband. So Matt the cat became one of our stars of the show, and his personality is just such that the way he interacts with the cast and the crew makes this show even more fun to be a part of. And I know there's a lot of people that do passion projects or whatever you have you, and this is a passion project, but it's so much more than that. And I've been blessed to have such a great cast, such a great crew, and they bring so much to the table. I've got people that have Star Trek credits, I've got people that have worked over on shows like The Goldbergs, I've got people from Nickelodeon who are all pitching in saying, what can I do to make this show go? So I have every confidence that you all are going to enjoy this just as much as we do. We've had a blast putting it together, and we hope that you grab your popcorn and you're tuning in with
See how
us.
many friends I grown and had surrounded me. That's cause I'm doing something now, and I'm glad to be living the rich life. Really, he's about to see young man with